Thanks for coming back with us on Atlantic Journal. East Coasters have definitely gotten a bigger presence in reality shows in the last couple of years, and this March, 4 chefs will be featured on Food Network television shows. First, we are featuring them here on Atlantic Journal, starting with Ruth Wigman of Bistro, Sofia in St. John's, Newfoundland.
When I lived with my grandparents, we had a lot of fruits, vegetables. We grew everything ourselves. We were around really good products and stuff. So it was always a love from the get-go of food from there. And just from there, it just naturally progressed as I got older that this is what I wanted to do. Never really thought of that I wanted to do anything else anyways. So after I graduated high school, I went to culinary school. Vancouver Island University. It was great. It was one thing I really threw myself into it because, you know, it just, finally I was around high school, it's not so much fun. But culinary school, it was all about food, and that's all you did all day. It was an awesome experience. As soon as I finished culinary school, I went to Jasper Park Lodge. I was there for about 4 years, did a variety of departments there, and then once I left there, I stayed with Fairmont, went down to Bermuda, spent about 4.5 years there, I believe, and different departments again there, 5 diamond restaurants, and that was awesome. Once we left there, we moved back to BC to have our son, and then moved to Newfoundland after that. I wanted to do Top Chef Canada, or at least apply for it, because why not try something different? I've done other culinary competitions, done fairly well in them, and I wanted to see what this one was like. This one's on TV, so it's a totally different kind of vibe. It's a reality show and cooking show, right? So I wanted to see what that was like and to test myself in a different kind of way. Oh, it's definitely challenging. You know, they put you through the ringer, because the thing is, it's Top Chef Canada. It's not, you know, how you doing today and this sort of thing. So, you know, it's long hours, you know, not too much sleep, not too much time to eat, segregation, and, you know, it's all encompassing testing on your full body and mind. There's a lot of pressure, a lot, yeah. They keep you on your toes. You don't know what's going to happen from minute to minute. So, you know, if you go to a job, or if you have a different kind of competition, you know what's going to happen. You know, okay, this is the dish I'm going to make. You either practice it, or you kind of wing it a bit, or you know what's going to happen. With Top Chef, you don't know what anything's going to happen. From minute to minute, you do not know anything. Some of the things that I found difficult, like right off the get-go, is I had never been away from my son. In 5 years, I hadn't had more than a day away from my son. So I all of a sudden go from seeing him every single day, talking to him, you know, hugging him, kissing him, to nothing. My husband I had spent, you know, maybe 5 days away from, and that was hard too. So the both of them at the same time, that was really, really hard for me. I really miss them, because you don't get to talk to them. You don't know what's going on at home, and definitely found that challenging. And the lack of sleep I found really hard too. One thing I figured out that I definitely need, I need my sleep, I need my food, and I need my yoga. That's what I need to survive. Well, with the pressure, like, chefs are always used to being around a lot of pressure, right? But once you put 14 chefs together that are all under a lot of pressure, you know, there'll be some arguments. There's always going to be arguments anyways, because we're all chefs and we all, you know, have strong minds. But yeah, you get some tempers, you get some very strong opinions and stuff like that. Thinking on the fly isn't too bad of, you know, okay, so this is what you got, now go. The part is, you have to think, well, there's only so much, let's say, in the fridge, there's only so much in the pantry, there's only so many burners, right? So you kind of got to be strategic in that way of, do I want to get some burner space first? Do I want to get something from the fridge first because I really want that product? Or do I want something from the pantry? So that was kind of tricky, because you've got 14 people all, say if everybody wants the one chicken in the fridge or the one piece of sausage, then you've got an issue there automatically, right? So you got to figure out strategically what is more important to you at that time. That part was tricky. I always went for the burners first. I put some pans on there. I have to cook something, so. Skills-wise, everybody always has weaknesses, right? So, especially with cooking, not everybody knows everything. So when you go to the show, you kind of, what you already know is what you kind of already know. So, but as what I learned from the show, not necessarily as a chef, but I did learn that my family is the most important thing to me. Being away from them was so hard for me. So with that, I realized family comes first, and you know, that's what I definitely realized. Not so much obviously as a chef, but you know, when I was younger and I didn't have my husband or my son, it was just cooking 24/7. You know, I'd work 15 hours a day, 6 days a week, 7 days, no problem, you know, and I like to be around the atmosphere. Now, as I'm a bit older and I have a son and a baby on the way, I realize family comes first. You know what I mean? There's a little things a little more important than that chicken stock, unfortunately. You know,
Exactly.
so. My husband's from Newfoundland, so he said, you know, we were in BC, he's like, I want to go home for a bit, let's just give it a try, and 7 years later, here we are. I've only worked 2 places here. I worked at Blue and Water just across the street from Bistro Sofia, and then I came across the street to Bistro Sofia. It's really nice here. You know, winter's not so great, obviously, but the people are really friendly, plenty to do, and yeah, the culinary scene's slowly but surely rising, and it's a great thing to be part of. People do love to eat, and people are getting a lot more adventurous than they used to be, for sure. So I started at Bistro Sofia about a year and a half ago, or about now. I came over and I was just going to, this because I knew the owners, and I was just going to come over for a few months and actually go with my husband into the new restaurant that he'd be opening, and then I liked it so much and I loved the owners, I decided to stay. We're pretty laid back, casual. We don't fuss with our food too much, and that's what I like a lot. There's a lot of creative freedom. If I want to change something, I don't have to worry about, you know, asking the owners if that's okay or anything like that. I just get to change it. You know, it leaves me a lot of freedom to, you know, change a dish. I can change a dish every day if I want, and that's awesome. That's, as a chef, that's what you want to do. You want to change things. You want to evolve. You want to do what's seasonal. You want to, you know, whatever's fresh and available. There's always the tried and true favorites that we have to keep here, because some customers, they love them and they come specifically for these items. But a lot of the other stuff we just get to change, and every, you know, holiday or anything like that, we have a different kind of menu for that. And we do a lot of outside caterings as well, so there we get to play around as well. One of our most popular things for lunch is the chicken Schwarzwald. People, there's riots if there's no chicken Schwarzwald available, so we always have to have that. That's for lunch. Dinner time, there's a few, the lamb shank and a rib, people love those. The tenderloin on our menu right now is getting incredibly popular. They love the sauce and everything, so there's a few little ones there. My favorite, actually, I like the tomato soup. It's the best tomato soup I've ever had in my life. It's different. The normal tomato soup doesn't taste, sometimes tomato soup kind of tastes like pasta sauce to me. This one's completely different, and people, it's a really bright color. It's really nice, yeah. We're located on 320 Water Street, just right in the heart of downtown St. John's. The phone number is 709-738-2060. It's not too hard to find. Come on down.
Food stories are always so hard to cover because we want to eat everything. Those desserts, my goodness, my sweet tooth is on overdrive.